Hello, this is Jolanta from the YouTube channel English with an Erudite. Today we are going to learn a little bit about a very broad topic and a very sensitive topic too, which is religion. It is such a broad topic that I think we are going to get back to it sometime in the future. Before we talk about religion, and to be honest, I'm going to focus on Christianity today. But before we talk about Christianity, I would like us to learn how to name different groups of people who have a different attitude to religion. So, you all know that there are people who don't believe in God, and people who think that there is no God, they are atheists. So an atheist is a person who does not believe in God. There are people who are not sure. So they think maybe there is God, maybe there isn't God, and such people are called agnostics. So an agnostic is not sure, so maybe God exists, maybe God doesn't exist at all. There are also deists or deists. Deists think that God created the universe, so they believe in God, the creator of the universe, but they think that God does not take part in the universe anymore. Finally, believers, people who have religious faith, so people who believe in God, or in gods, or in a God. Of course, you know that the two major religions right now are Christianity and Islam. I'm no expert on Islam whatsoever, at this very moment at least, so today I'm going to focus on Christianity. All Christians believe in Jesus Christ, hence the name Christianity and Christians. Christianity has got a lot of denominations or variants or versions. There are many versions of Christianity which exist in the world nowadays. So we have Western or Catholic or Roman Christianity. We have Eastern Orthodox Christianity. We have Eastern Catholic Christianity. We have Protestant and many other denominations. But what is common for all Christians is that the holy book for all the Christians is the Bible. The Bible. The Bible consists of two parts: the Old Testament and the New Testament. And people who know a little bit about Judaism know that religious Jews read the Old Testament. In addition to the Bible, Catholics use prayer books. Prayer books are books with all kinds of prayers. Right now I'm filming a prayer book which was printed in 1935 in Krakow in Poland. This picture is a picture which I bought at a flea market. The picture was given to a German girl on her day of the First Communion. The next picture is a holy picture. It's a small picture which is collected by some Catholics. Such pictures are often given to children during a Christmas call. A Christmas call is a traditional visit which a priest pays to Catholic homes after Christmas. The next object is a crucifix. A crucifix is a cross with the body of Jesus Christ. You can see crucifixes in countless Catholic homes all over the world. People often wear tiny crucifixes on chains around their necks. And the last object is a rosary with a little crucifix. A rosary is a string of beads. The beads can be made of any material. This one is a rather inexpensive rosary made of wood. Some Catholics use a rosary when they pray to count the prayers. From now on, I'm going to focus on the Catholic Church, on the Roman Catholic Church, because it's the church which I know most about. The hierarchy of the Catholic Church is rather complicated. The head of the church, or the boss, is the Pope. The Pope, who is in fact the Bishop of Rome. His subordinates, so people who are under the Pope, are cardinals, archbishops, bishops, parish priests, monks, friars, and nuns. All of these people are celibate, so they live in celibacy. What does it mean that they are celibate? They are celibate because they do not have sexual partners. They do not have wives or husbands. So they decide to remain celibate for the rest of their life. A person, usually a baby, becomes a member of the Christian Church, or especially Catholic Church, when such a person is baptized or christened during a baptizing ceremony. During a baptizing ceremony or christening ceremony, or during a baptism, a baby is given a Christian name. The two people who promise to take care of the baby's faith in the future are called godparents. So such a baby has now new parents, a godmother and a godfather. A practicing Catholic goes to church regularly, usually every Sunday, sometimes more often. But of course there are many Catholics who do not go to church every Sunday. They go to church a few times per year, for example at Christmas or at Easter, maybe for a funeral or for a wedding. The people who go to church, they go to church because they want to pray. What does it mean to pray? If you pray, you talk to God, and either it's your private conversation with God, or you read a prayer from a prayer book. People who go to church on Sunday usually want to participate in Mass or in the service. So they attend Mass or they hear Mass. And the priest who celebrates the Mass is called the priest celebrant. During the Mass,
people who are in a church listen to the priest. Those people who are together in a church, they are called the congregation. The congregation listens to the priest. The congregation prays. The congregation sings hymns. Hymns are religious songs. The people in the church also listen to a sermon. Sermon is a talk given by a priest. Sometimes such a talk, such a sermon, is really inspiring and interesting and even fun to listen to. But sometimes it is rather boring and monotonous, and people just want it to be over. People also go to church to go to confession. People go to confession when they think that they have committed sins or sinful acts. So they think that they have done something really wrong and they want to ask God for forgiveness. Confession in the Catholic Church is a private ritual. So the penitent, the person who wants to ask God for forgiveness, goes to confession. So the person goes down on his or her knees. So the person kneels, and the priest, the confessor, sits in a confession box and listens to the penitent. After the confession, but not necessarily after the confession, people go to Holy Communion, or people take Holy Communion. Taking Holy Communion is very important for Catholics because they believe that Holy Communion represents or is the body of Jesus Christ. After the Mass, people go home, maybe behave better, and I hope have a very nice Sunday dinner. In my opinion, one of the most important values of religion, of any religion in fact, any faith, is the fact that religion has given us or has inspired some of the greatest works of art ever produced. So, wherever I go, wherever I stay, I try to visit all the temples in the area, whether they are churches or mosques or synagogues, because they are full of works of art and beautiful religious images. I also have a few such images at home. I would like to show you my two favorite Orthodox icons. This one is Christ Almighty. It is a really well-known image. You can see it in many Orthodox churches. It is a copy, of course, but I find it particularly beautiful. It brings me joy just looking at it. Another icon that I have is an icon of St. George and the Dragon. It helps me find inner peace. I don't know why. Just the beauty of it and the colors. Icons are very, very symbolic religious images, and I don't understand their symbolism. But does it matter really? No, it doesn't. What matters to me is their sheer beauty. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.